We are at Thrift Stores of America in Alabaster, Alabama. Never been here. This place looks giant. So let's go. Tell them, let's go. All right, so this is actually the first of 5 thrift stores you're going to see in this video that we went to while we were up in the Birmingham, Alabama area. This one, I didn't get a ton of footage of the purses, but I did pick up a few purses in the front there, and then we moved on to the blankets. Now, what I'm doing is checking the corners. So if you see blankets that look like they're nicely made, check the 4 corners because that typically is the spot that they are marked so you can find out who the maker is. And this one did have one. I believe this one was Crown Crafts. Really cool Easter print. So I did pick that one up. And you can see we did pick up a lot of shirts as well and didn't get footage of that. So I look for wool blankets for stadium throws, which that one did look like, but it was not marked. And here is another one. I will pick up non-branded ones if they have interesting patterns on them, but I didn't see any here this day that were worth picking up that weren't marked. And that's just off of, again, what I say a lot, and that is what keywords you can use when you are listing it so people can find them. Now we are over in the linens, which is definitely a section that you do not want to skip, and I show you guys this quite a bit. So I do look through the linen section in pretty much every thrift that I go to, and that includes the pillowcases, which is what I'm looking at here, as well as the blankets, if they have placemats, dish towels, things like that. Now this one, I was looking for a tag inside, and I did find one, but that was not a brand I was familiar with, so I did decide to leave that one there. And you will learn, once you do it for a while, you'll be able to feel the fabric that is higher quality, and you'll also kind of recognize certain patterns that are typically vintage, which a lot of the vintage ones that I tend to find are floral patterns. And the chevron pillowcase there was okay, but I decided not to get that one. And always watch for sales as well, because that definitely makes a difference with some of these. If the price is lower than it normally is, it might be a good deal for you. And another section I didn't mention previously is beach towels. So if you can find vintage advertising beach towels, like I found a Hawaiian Punch one, or if you could find like a Corona beer or anything like that with the advertising, I would definitely pick those up. Now, these here were some nice napkins, and they did still have the scan tag on them, so I was able to see the brand. And I believe these comped out at like $10 to $15 each, so I did pick those 2 up. So watch for that as well. A lot of them don't have the name on them, but if they have the original sticker, you can see the brand. Now over here we are at the picture frames. This one said Newport, Rhode Island, but unfortunately it was like $5, I believe, and they'll only sell for about 10 to 12. So I will pick those up if they are $1 or $2 at the thrift store or at a garage sale. But for that much, it was not worth picking up. And always kind of look through the frames just in case you can find some vintage or antique photos. Now, Dalton has started looking at stuff, and he said this was very pretty, and it actually is a pretty nice pewter candlestick holder, and I believe it was $3.99 or $4.99, and he thought it would sell, so we did decide to get that. And he has been grabbing some stuff here and there, and I'm glad he's wanting to learn. Now, down here, this is Andrea by Sadik. Some of these pieces do well, but the majority of them were mass-produced and they don't. And this I just had to show you guys with the dolphins. And it was from Gulf Shores, Alabama, but it actually had a crack on the back, so I did decide to put that back. And this Moon and Stars little candle holder was cute, but I believe they had it at $4.99, just didn't leave enough room. Now, I wanted to show you these lamp bases. Watch for these and look if they're marked, because some can bring really good money. Now, I thought it was funny. I found a Florida Souvenir Mug while I was in Alabama. Just thought I would show you guys that. And then here, always look at the plates, guys. So if stuff catches your eye, pick it up, turn it over, and look at it. And here is a prime example. So these had crabs on them. They were Sonoma, and they had the name of the pattern, and I see the dinner plates down there. That's what I was pointing to. And I was trying to see if there were any more of them, because there were 2 of the salad, and I believe there were 3 of the dinner plates. So I decided to look these up. Now, all I did was put Sonoma and put the name of the pattern, and you will see here, these are priced pretty high. So I'm going to check sold comps, which is what's more important. And you can see 4 small plates sold for $49.99. And then some of the dinner plates also, as well as the salad plates here. 2 salad plates sold for $22. So what I decided to do was go ahead and pick up 2 of the dinner plates and the 2 salad plates, and I will sell them as a set together, and I should be able to get probably about $50, and I believe these only cost me about $1.99 each. So what we were doing was looking to pick the best 2 of the dinner plates, because one of them had crazing. So I didn't want to get all 3 and decided to leave the one with the crazing there and took the other ones. So that was definitely a great find there. Now here, these were really cute. They had the fleur-de-lis. I wanted to leave that in to make sure you guys saw that, because that's a great keyword. Now here, I left this. Charlene found that Tivana bottle. So it almost looks like a coffee decanter. And that Tivana is like a tea strainer bottle. And it actually sells for over $50. And Charlene got that for herself. But I wanted you guys to know to look at the bottles. Now here, this is Thirsty Stone. If you do not know this brand, they sell well. Here are some comps. They sell upwards of $30 to $40. So if you have a thrift store that has bags like these, none of the ones here in my local area do, but make sure you look, because I was actually surprised at some of the stuff that I found in these bags. And I did pick those coasters up for $1.99. Again, they should sell for about $30. There was some Yankee Candle wax. And there is just a wide array of stuff in these bags. So I'm kind of stepping back and seeing what catches my eye. Now up here, there is a vintage frame in one of the bags. And again, this bag is $1.99. And really all I want this for is the frame. I don't want it for the little vintage hat. Just that frame is worth the $1.99 for me. And it should sell for about $15 to $20. Now, there were some more coasters there, and again, I'm just surveying these bags because there's just so much stuff in these bags, and I know a lot of places do this with toys, but this thrift store did it with all different categories of items, so it was quite a bit of stuff to look through. Now, here was a little Tonala vase, if you see there in the corner of the bag, and unfortunately, they had this at $1.99 as well, but that little vase would probably only sell for about $10. But it was very, very cute. I just didn't feel like it was worth that much for just the one thing. Now, we are at another thrift store. And here, again, as I told you guys in the last thrift video, if you need stuff for yourself, definitely pick it up. Those were some little Mickey pajamas that we got for Dalton, and then Dalton is starting pre-K soon, so I saw this cool robot backpack, and he is absolutely obsessed with robot backpacks. Somebody had put something inside, so I did make sure to take that out, but he is checking it out. I wanted to see if he liked it, and since we will need one here in a few months, we did decide to pick that up. Now, I am looking through the hats. These were all baseball professional association. I'd never heard of that, so I did decide to leave those there. And there were some fuzzy socks, and those I decided to leave too. Now, that is a little Vera Bradley bag, but I believe it was priced at $9.99, which was just a little too much. And then here's Dalton modeling his backpack. He had to put it on. All right, now we are at Vapor Thrift Store, which was definitely one of my favorites while we were in Alabama. Now, this thrift store is almost like a higher end thrift store, at least in appearance sake. It looks very, very nice. It is organized very well. Now, this is a dance cup. The bright orange colors is what kind of drew me into that. So I decided to use Google Lens to see if I could identify that dance package. And you can see I'm lifting it up to take a photo of the plate there. And I did find them, and unfortunately they only sell for about $10 each. And with the plates, I try and find them that go for about $15 to $20. But these are very much like Tessitore tiles that I just sold. And these are a set of coasters. And those I think will go for about $30 to $35. Those were definitely a great find as well. Now, make sure you check the end caps. This is a plate by Plain Jane, and I wanted to show you guys this because this brand actually sells pretty well. I did look it up on my phone. Again, don't be scared. I feel like people really aren't paying that much attention to what you're doing. And so I looked up Plain Jane and saw that the comps were actually pretty decent. Now, I tried just Plain Jane first and nothing came up, or too much came up. So I added the word plate. So you can always add words if you can't find specifically what you were looking at. But there were not a ton sold, so I did decide to leave those. But this really cool kitty cat pottery mug, I did decide to pick up because that was definitely a cool find. Check out the kitty cats. This thrift store is in Birmingham, Alabama. There are actually 2 of them, and I definitely recommend going if you're in the area because there's some nice stuff. Now, these green anchor hawking casserole dishes really caught my eye just because I haven't really seen the green color very much. So what I decided to do was go ahead and look those up as well. I believe they were $2.99 and $3.99, and I will probably just lot them up together as one lot. So what I'm putting is anchor hawking green, and I believe I put 1.5 quart. And here I see that there are some listed, not very many actually, but I saw that they were selling for $20 to $30, so I did decide to pick both of those up. Hopefully I'll get between $35 and $40 for the set of the 2 of them. But definitely watch out if you see colors that you wouldn't normally see. And this is actually the first time I have seen the green. And Dalton has his little fire truck there. Now watch those end caps again. I found quite a few things on the end caps. This is a carved stone little trinket box. I believe they used it for burning incense. It was $3.99 and should sell for about $20. And then this little rooster gravy boat was made in Italy. That was definitely another cool find. Both of those again were on the end caps. So make sure you check out the end caps whenever you're at thrift stores. And another end cap. Now, this one's really southwestern looking. I have not yet looked up the name of this one, but definitely a cool piece. And I believe it was only $2.99, so I did pick that one up. Now here, I did not pick any of these up. These are some medals. They were actually, I believe, from like different 5K runs. I don't know if there was any value to those. They had just pushed them out on the cart. If you guys think that I should have picked those up, definitely let me know. Now here is where, again, once you know some of the higher ends, you kind of pick them out. Now this corduroy alligator looked very well made, and you can see the comps here. They're selling for between 25 and 50 cents, and I've only paid 50 cents for that alligator. Now I walk through the linens here, and you will see I did look at a couple of pieces. This one was really, really colorful and definitely caught my eye, and I liked this one. It was actually really, really soft and had the little fuzzy balls on it. But I believe they were both at like either $5.99 or $6.99. And right now I do have quite a few Afghans still in stock. So I typically don't pick up more unless they're really kind of over the top impressive until I move through some of my own inventory. And then this was a nice sweater blanket. Again, really bright colors on this one, but they were all priced just a little too high with my stock being up on Afghans. And this looked like a Chanel throw. I have sold some Pier 1 Chanel throws like that, but that one did not have a tag. And then I had to show you the golf clubs. There were some very, very nice golf clubs here, but they had them priced as sets. So they were not priced individually. And as sets, they were just a little bit too high for me to have much room to make a profit. You see the Titleist bag there. And I believe there were also some Callaways, but they were priced at about $100. Now here on the end caps, there were some beanie hats. These were University of Alabama beanie hats, and they were only 99 cents. So I definitely did pick those up. I will say this was the first time we went to Vapor, and we were not aware that all the yellow tags were 99 cents, or I would have probably looked a little more. Now I did get this little purse. I believe it was only $1.99. Really pretty, really colorful, and probably will sell for about 15 to 20. And then I got those slipper socks for me and some more socks. It was cold in Alabama, so I thought I could use some socks while I was there. Now, in the purses, they did have some nice purses, but they were priced up a little bit. I like this one, this felt purse from Nepal, but I think it was at $6.99, and I feel like that would only be about $15 to $20 sale. And that one was a handmade one. Now, here are some Disney soaps. These were marked for 25 cents each. And typically you can get about $1, if not a little bit more, especially with it being Disney. And that whole basket was pretty much filled with them. So what I did was bring the basket up to the front to see if they had a bag or something I could put them in. And with about 20 of them, you figure I should make a $15 to $20 profit, if not a little bit more. So I do watch out for the hotel soaps when I can buy them in bulk in a big lot. And here I was pulling out just to make sure I only pulled out the Disney stuff, because there were a few things in there that were not Disney. And the stuff that was not Disney was actually not as cheap. So this is the end of this thrift store. And now we're going to move on. We do have several more, including a 10-minute Goodwill trip that made me several $100s. I do not remember the name of this thrift store, but we found some amazing stuff that you're getting ready to see. Right now we are looking through the nightgowns and the robes. This one here was vintage, and I believe the orange tags were either 30 or 50% off. I do not remember the brands of these though, and I have not gotten to unpacking these, but for only a couple dollars, the vintage nightgowns tend to, for me, have sold between $20 and $30. Some of them more, depending on the brand. And again, once you've sold a couple of these, I feel like you kind of get a feel for how they look, and I can kind of thumb through the racks and pick up or pick out what looks like it's older to me. This one was, but it didn't have a size, so I did decide to leave that one there. And then I noticed this one, which was flannel and with the floral pattern and the lace, definitely a vintage one, so I did pick that one up as well. And here is another little nightgown, and a lot of times you can tell just by the tag if they are something that is vintage or not. And it was an orange tag, so it was on sale, so we did get that one. Now we are over in the blankets. This is what the fleece wool blankets typically will look like. They have kind of that tartan plaid, but that one, after checking the four corners, and there were actually two of them that were identical, but they did not have any branding or marking, and so I decided not to pick those up. And you're getting ready to see a really, really great pickup here. Not this, but I did pick this up. This one was Crown Crafts. It has the toy soldiers. It has the Christmas tree. There was some piling on it, but I still think it'll sell for $25 to $30, and it costs $4, so definitely a good pickup. Now here, this was a Phillies fleece blanket. It was a green tag, which was the other color that was on sale. So I also decided to get this one. And again, sports team stuff, I feel like sells pretty good for me. Now, here is the find of the day here. And I did not know because I did not have my phone in order to look them up. But this Crayola Crayons, this is a sleeping bag. It looked like it was vintage. I was not 100% sure. It was only $2.99. So I checked it over, didn't see any real issues, and I actually just comped it for this video, and the screen comp will be up here. So what you are going to see is one that sold, and that one that sold for $80. So this is over a $70 profit. Now there is one listed now for $99, so I should be able to get about $90 for that. And then Charlene found this really nice Hawaiian shirt, and I believe it's a 4XL or 5XL, and the bigger sizes do tend to sell for a little more. This isn't a brand I was familiar with, but with that bright purple and the hibiscus flowers, I think Charlene found a great find. And then this Patagonia T-shirt was only $1.99, and it was orange, so it was on sale. And we did find quite a few T-shirts here. Sometimes I will thumb through all of the T-shirts, but not always. It kind of depends on my patience as well as Dalton when we are at the thrift store looking at T-shirts. And what I'm looking for is vintage tees, concert tees. Also, if there are any sports teams T-shirts, those sell well for me around the $15 to $20 mark. Now, that one was an Auburn Tigers shirt, and then this is a destination one. Those do well for me as well. That one was Yellowstone National Park. So I did decide to pick that one up. And then here is another national championship for the Alabama Tide. Again, these were orange tags, so these were on sale. Now, I did look through the button-ups. I didn't get a ton, but Charlene found this cool 50th anniversary. I think it was a championship football T-shirt, so we got that. And then we went over to the bins. So these bins were linens. It says tableware. There was kind of a mix in there. These cherry ones were kind of cool, but those definitely were newer. They were not vintage. And then I kept digging, and I saw this Windsor Castle. This is a apron. There's only one listed, but there's also one sold. It sold for, I believe, $30. So for $2.99, that was a good pickup. Again, had no signal in this store, so I couldn't comp. But after the fact, that was definitely a good pickup. And it's really, really pretty gold embroidery on that black apron. And then after, down here underneath, I found these really pretty scallop edge napkins. There were 4 of them. I believe they were $2.99. They had really pretty embroidered flowers on them. So for those, the set of 4 will probably go for $20 to $25. Now here, Charlene found a Pga Tour Hat. That one was singular wireless, and it did still have the tag. And we're at another thrift store. I didn't find tons at a lot of these thrift stores, at least not tons I had on video. I did pick those Merrell shoes up for kids, and you were just seeing kind of a synopsis, like of what we did for the whole day. We did go thrifting 12 hours. 12 hours in one day this day. Now, this little Alabama bag was $1.99, and I'm having to chase Dalton to put it in the buggy. So I decided to just throw it. Now here I have also been picking up some aprons. I have not sold a ton of aprons. I think I sold one, but this one with the yellow was really, really bright and pretty, and I feel like that should be good for spring. So I did pick that one up. Now here with the plush, again, I kind of always just browse it. I saw this Hard Rock London Bear. There are, I believe, 2 listed, and they're listed for, one's listed for 20, one's listed for 50. So what I will do is probably list mine at $15 so that mine sells first. And Dalton did want to hold that. Now here we are looking at housewares, and up top I saw these stackable mugs. These are very colorful and they are from Pier 1. Now with the holder they were $5, and I did find exact comp sold of these again after the fact. Pick these up just on prior knowledge, but it looks like they sell for about $26 to $27, so that was a good little pickup as well. Now we are at the Goodwill, and this Goodwill closed early, but we happen to be right by it, so we actually only have about 10 to 15 minutes in this Goodwill. This is the last store we went to of the day, so let's go ahead and go in. And this is the store on the front side of the Goodwill Benz in Alabama. Let's go in here and see what we can find. And now this was a pretty big Goodwill, and I did decide to go ahead and get a buggy just in case. And we're going to have to kind of power walk through here. So over here is their boutique section, which, as most of you know, if you go to the Goodwill, the boutique is typically a little bit higher priced. So I wasn't going to spend a ton of time here because most of the time the boutique stuff I have to look up. So I don't always really look overly well in there because I know that they have it priced up. But I did see these mukluks. Now I will tell you, I did keep these, but if you see mukluks like these, they will sell for about $15 if you can get them for a good price. And then Dalton saw these golf clubs here, which he has actually used them. Him and Daddy practiced the other day. He was very tired by this time. It was very late in the day, and he was being grumpy, which was not a good combination with only having 10 minutes left in the store. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Now, Dalton loves popcorn, and he did see this big popcorn bucket, so we did decide to get that for him as well. Now, those little rubber, like, can holders, those were, I believe, made for, like, a bridesmaid party or wedding party. But these Winnie the Pooh cups, I believe, were a good pickup. They were 59 cents each. It says a good day for sharing. They are Christmas ones, and I will sell those as a set. And here is our kicker for what we found. Look at these amazing needlepoint pillows from Christmas. They are all in the same bin. So that was 2. Here is 3. Here is 4, 5. And I'm just like so thrilled because I had 10 minutes, went to the back and found this. And 6 and 7. I should, oh, there's 8. I should make at least, oh, 9. I didn't remember how many there were. We should make probably about $30 each profit on those, if not more. So that is almost a $300 profit and less than 10 minutes at this Goodwill. And I also found this Orvis sweater I wanted to show you guys, and this North Face backpack, which is really nice. It was only $6.99 and should sell for about $25. So not too shabby for only a 10-minute trip. And that is the end of our thrifting. I hope you guys enjoyed. Dalton and I are off tomorrow to Adventures in Reselling with Victoria's meetup. We are going to do a thrift challenge, and we are going to go see Flippin' Flamingos and quite a few other people. So look for some videos from that. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday with a What Sold video. Thanks so much for watching.